Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at Celestia, see what's going on. This coin is cranking. I love to see it. Awesome stuff. We got to zoom out a little bit though, honestly, to be able to see some key level supports or resistances. So please understand, situations like this can be unique, I guess you could say, for lack of better terms. I got some previous resistances here from before. These are basically lows that were supposed to work as support and previous highs that currently are still working as resistances, and then of course the local high here of roughly 695. So again, those levels are important for us to understand, just from a overall macro perspective. I'll draw out our fib levels later, after the video, and I'll post that playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It looks a little something like this. If you're not familiar, I kind of provide you with insight on coins that I'm covering. So that's all available for you there if you want. Also, make sure you take advantage of our progressive price pool through Bitunix, 60K spread across the top 20 traders in the community. So congrats to everyone who's qualifying for that. Let's take a look at the backend data here and just kind of quickly pull up some liquidation levels and see if there's anything that's kind of telling here. Because a lot of times when you look at liquidation levels on larger time frames, it's not going to tell you too much, but we kind of got to zoom into the 12-hour, which we're seeing on the left. And then, of course, we want to see what the liquidation delta looks like as well. Really quick too, while that is pulling up, I want to say congrats to our community here. Thank you again for some awesome feedback. We are in a Bitcoin short at 98,000, but we got a Cartesi long, 63% in 4 days, Tau long in 2 days, roughly 32%. Then the AVAX, that was my favorite, 42% in roughly one trading day, all targets achieved. So again, when I send out signals, folks, I send out signals based on specific key levels that we want to focus on, and it's up to you as to which targets you want to choose. The lower risk tolerance trades, I highly recommend just securing majority profit on target one. But some people like to let it ride or go further. You can find more benefit there, but you have inherently more risk if you wait longer to take profit. Anyways, take a look here at Celestia. We can see 7.4 as low as 6.5 are those two heavy concentrations of liquidation. There's a lot of people shorting this coin though at about 745 to 780. Okay, so 745 to 780. We'll put that on the chart as a key level, resistance. And keep in mind too, it's the resistance is based on liquidation is based off of liquidation. It's not the other. Sorry, liquidation is based off of resistances or supports. It's not the other way around. So just know that these liquidation events, they're all there because people feel like that's an area in which we will not pass. Okay, but market makers are so good and so great at destroying people's accounts. They see that a lot of people are hedged right there, and they make a quick wick up to that level and then turn it around. And how they do that is with a lot of small limit orders with just very large position size. And it's very unfortunate, but it's super, super common in the industry. Anyways, that's an area to kind of focus on. We can see our local high. Actually, hold on. You can't really see that too well. Let me zoom in here. Apologize. I don't have that good of eyes. $6 to about $6.40 is that area of heavy liquidation that was swept already. Now, when we take a look here at the liquidation delta, it is fairly high, but it's still new. In other words, a lot of folks try to just short instantly into this and have low success because you don't just short what you feel is the top. You want to wait for that top to establish itself as a resistance, or more importantly, give it a chance to range first and then consider shorting. While you can find some success just shorting tops, you don't really know where the top is at. This coin could very well continue to run, right? So just know that we're new to this heavy concentration of long delta. This implies sustainability, and more likelihood we're going to probably find some liquidation, or sorry, we're going to probably find a lot of support in the current range based on a lot of other factors here, such as money flow index. We're going to pay attention to that too. So daily time frame, what are we looking at here? We're above all moving averages, including the 200. So that's kind of that 200 gives us a decent amount of confluence here. We can see there's multiple attempts to break this level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to break 625 roughly and rejected. We broke straight through that. Now we can presume that'll be a nice support if the price pulls back. So 625, just shooting from the hip here, would be a solid consideration for a long if we get that kind of correction. Again, when I say a solid consideration for a long, I'm referring to a spot bag. I'm not necessarily saying you should take a 50x leverage trade at that level. All these trades that I shared with you so far, these are all 5x leverage trades, folks. There's nothing crazy about it. Just low leverage, simple, easy gains, right? If those were higher leverage, we probably would have got stopped out on a few of them because the risk tolerance would have been too tight, all right? So again, you can kind of have a good spread, the current market, with the candle wicks the way we're seeing them. You have to have a bit of some room to breathe in these trades, and high leverage doesn't allow for that. Anyways, daily time frame, we're over 50 in the RSI, getting closer to 70, coming up to a resistance range effectively. We can see stochastic swinging up, money flow index trailing behind, money MACD converging. These are all positive signs. You're going to find very few coins, minus like SUI and a few others, that are really shifting their momentum to the downside. And those are coins that have been massively overextended for a while. So that makes sense. This coin looks like it's just getting started. We take a look at TD sequential in the 4 hour, we're at a 6. Hypothetically, we got 12 more hours of continuation. We can see we're over 70 in the RSI, strong likelihood the price is going to continue higher up. We can see stochastics trying to shift, but money flow index is above the RSI. Anytime you see the MFI above the RSI, that implies we're seeing a lot of money flowing into this coin in the last 24 to 48 hours. That's a huge, huge deal here, because when that is above the overextension, people still feel like this is a good value, or more importantly, it's more sustainable at this level, okay? And right now, we're pretty much just seeing a lot of FOMO flowing into this coin. That's a very common characteristic. Which is generally favorable, believe it or not, that you do have a sustainability in that sense. Just know market makers could dump at any point, especially if Bitcoin loses 97,000. We do again have a Bitcoin short at roughly 98K, and it does look like it wants to continue to break down. Again, we got a rising wedge, double top for Bitcoin. There's a handful of reasons why further correction down makes sense. And if that were to be the case, just know coins like this will also correct themselves within reason. Having said that, though, we got potential support at 685. I'm rounding down a little bit, and then 630 here as well. Okay, so those are just kind of some support ranges. I'll draw out some fib levels here again in a moment before I post our playout chart, but there's nothing here telling us you want to short this coin. If anything, consider long in the 685 range and or 630 range. Okay, and again, when I'm saying that, don't take a long 50x leverage long position in the blind because I said that right now. 24 hours later, okay? This changes consistently. The market is full of tomfoolery, and it can be very difficult to trade coins like this. So make sure that you're up on the analysis, and more importantly, analyze the charts yourself. Don't just trust what I have to say. Just because I've been in the industry for over 20 years and I have a 80% success rate, it doesn't mean that you want to listen to me. Again, that success rate is based on a lot of risk tolerance factors that I share with my community. I'm very clear about those things, but if you're trying to apply my strategies to a high risk trading portfolio, you're going to fail, okay? Again, low risk is kind of how I do things, and that's why these ranges work for me, okay? Anyways, conversation for another day. Join us over at cryptocash.tech if you want to become a better trader. Jump on over to our premium group. We got a really awesome group. Thanks again so much to my amazing admins and just some really cool collaborative community members too. Of course, check out Bitunix, phenomenal benefit there, and check it out too as well if you're not familiar. I have my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord where I post my playout charts. I'll have one here shortly for Celestia. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Be safe out there this weekend. We'll see you the next one. Take care.